paint correction, that PPF and that ceramic, this thing is a mirror. This thing is a mirror. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video with your boy Thick Whips. Today is going to be an absolutely sick video. We are heading to CES Motorsports to flash in the E30 map by Pro Tuning Freaks, and of course put in the E30 fuel. And we're going to see what this thing makes on the dyno. This is going to be an exciting one. You guys have been looking forward to these numbers for a while. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a cup of coffee, and enjoy the video. All right, so the day has come. Heading to CES Motorsports to flash in this E30 map and see what we can do on some E30 fuel. So if you guys are new here and you are not up to speed with the content on this channel, we are working on a BMW Supra 2020, and we have the stock dyno numbers, we have the stage 2 with a catless downpipe dyno numbers, and now finally we are going to be going to the E30 blend map with the E30 race gas numbers. So just to reiterate, all of these dyno sessions have been done on the same dyno in very similar conditions with the same tuning company. Obviously I did that by design because I wanted to see the exact numbers that you gain from each map and each modification. For all of you folks that have Pro Tuning Freaks, Boot Mode, and a Supra, all of these videos are going to give you a good idea as to what your car makes stock when you buy it, pick it up from the dealership, no modifications, no tune, nothing. And then also the stage 2 tune with a catless downpipe, and now the E30 map that we're doing today. As far as the modifications that are on this car, I have the Valvetronic catless downpipe. I have the AMS cold air intake. We all know that cold air intakes don't really make that big of a difference, maybe a few horsepower, maybe. And then of course the charge pipe, which also negligible whether that even adds any horsepower. But I do think that those two modifications are nice to have from an airflow and aesthetic standpoint. All right, I'm gonna grab coffee. We're gonna hit the road, heading to CES. Dude, it's gonna be a dope video. We're also gonna have John explain a couple of things about mixing fuel, mixing E85 with 93 octane, stuff like that. I did see a few comments from people, and I got a couple of messages from people asking how they go about mixing in those fuels to get the proper blend. So we will go over that a little bit today as well. Let's grab this coffee, get on the road, make this day happen. It's gonna be sick. You're all gonna die of an overdose of chicken too early in the morning. Bro, how do you guys do this? I just don't know. Oh, over here we got the normal breakfast, which is just coffee. Oh no, not getting behind your ass, no way. Bro, they're doing so much construction on this freeway, it's like nothing but rocks hitting the front of your car 24/7 when you drive. Nope. You trying to run, bro? Get it, catch me on the way back, bro, when I got that E30. Okay, pulling up to the shop now. See you guys inside. Whoo, start mixing up some E30, boy. All right, guys, we are back here at CES. We're gonna go ahead and flash in this E30 map, mix in this E30 fuel. Go ahead and leave your guesses as to how much horsepower we're actually going to gain by adding in this E30 map and E30 fuel. It's gonna be interesting. All right, so we got Pro Tuning Freaks open, hooked up to the car here. We're gonna go ahead and go into my maps. I've already taken the time to download the E30 Stage 2 map. So we haven't added the gas yet. The gas he actually has here is E90. So we're gonna be mixing that in with the, I have about 4.5 gallons of fuel left in the tank. So we're gonna go ahead and mix in about 1.5 gallons of the E90 to get us to the E30 blend. And we're actually gonna show you guys a good website that you can use to calculate exactly how much of the fuel that you need to add into your car to make that E30 blend or whatever blend you're trying to make. A great tool. That will be coming up after we do this flash. So let's go ahead and flash the car. We're already in accessory mode. You just hit the start stop without being on the brake 3 times. Press here to flash now. Good morning, flash. So the map flash shouldn't take too long. We've already unlocked the DME, of course, already flashed in multiple maps. When you're just switching from map to map, it's actually quite quick. Good to go. All right, so let's go ahead and add in the fuel. I'll show you guys the website that we're going to use to calculate exactly how much fuel you need to add in. John has obviously done this quite a few times on this exact car, so he has a good idea of how much to put in with the fuel that we have. So here is the actual website, you guys, that I was telling you about. John and I are going to talk a little bit about it, but you can go ahead and click on it.
So all we did is do a search for E85 calculator on Google. The first one that pops up, Brew City Boost. So we're going to click on that, and it brings you to this table right here. And basically you have your fuel mix of E85 and your fuel mix of E10, which as most people know, all the fuels that you put in your car, 89 to 93, have up to 10% ethanol already in them. So that's why that's included there. So what we're going to do is we're going to bump that up to 93. And then the E85 content, which is normally 100 octane, we have E90, so the percent ethanol E85, we're going to bump up to E90. Octane content of E90 is actually 114.
Okay.
So if we have about 4 to 5 gallons, let's say 5 gallons of fuel in your car currently, and we put 1 gallon of the E90, that brings us to the results over here. A total of 6 gallons, a 96.5 octane, and about 23.3% ethanol, or E23. So we'll have to put an additional gallon of E90 in there. So that would be a 2 to 5 gallon mix right now of 93 versus E90. And that brings you to E33, which is perfectly fine. Anywhere within the E30 range is going to be okay. It's better to shoot a little over than under because you want to have that octane and the ethanol content that the tune is designed for. But that results in about 7 gallons of total fuel and 99 octane and about E33 ethanol content. And you can use that to calculate the amount of fuel and mix that you need if you don't have an ethanol analyzer on the car, which there are ones available for the Supra, just like they are for the Beamers. There's a couple different companies that have them. You know, you can go into further detail about what other people can do if they want that instead, which makes it really easy to determine exactly how much E is in the car.
All right. So there you guys go. I said I would give you a resource. That is the resource. I'm going to link it down below. Again, John, welcome back to the channel.
Welcome back too, man. Can't wait to make some more power.
Yeah, me too. All right, so we have already flashed in the E30 map. We are about to throw in the E30 mix, and then go ahead and dyno it. All right, so we now have the blend in there that we need. That was about, how much did we say? Gallon and a half? 2 gallons?
2 gallons to about 5 gallons of 93. So that should be just a hair above E30. We'll let it sit and mix just a little bit while it's in the tank, and then we'll get the car warmed up, drive it a little bit, go through the gears, it'll circulate the fuel through, and then after that, we should be good. And then we can do a few pulls, see what she does versus your stage 1 and stage 2 maps that we have.
We can bring them all up.
Oh yeah, we have everything here. Yeah. So, you know, that's one of the benefits of continuing to do stuff on the same dyno, because we have all the data we can compare.
All right, first run, see how we did.
So first pass, 472, 523 torque. First pass may not have 100% of the E mix completely through, but we'll just see. You can pull up your first pass that we had done on your 93 ODS maps.
So we're already seeing 32.
Yep. And increase. About 23, 24 torque. And that's crazy. After the very first pass.
That's crazy.
So you can see how it's a very clean, smooth line. The car definitely likes the octane.
Oh yeah.
This is why octane is obviously very important when you race cars, because the burn is just a much better burn. Probably need to do a couple pulls just to make sure that the E has completely circulated through and mixed in. I'm sure she'll adapt up and make a little bit more power since this is the very first run.
Good starting point.
Yep, but that's pull number 1.
All right, second pull.
So we went up to 479, almost 480, and 527.5. So she did pick up a little bit more on second pull. Picked up more in the mid-range areas, you can see here. So still adapting a little bit to the new Flash. Didn't see a huge jump in power. I don't expect to see too much more, but we'll do a third pull just to continue to verify, make sure everything's circulating through.
All right, so first 2 runs on E30 made a little over 30 plus horsepower. So we'll see if we can work that blend in a little bit more and gain any more horsepower. See what we got.
All right, so this is run 3 after a little cool down.
Yep.
So that would be a typical 3-pole dyno session that we would do for a car. And picked up a couple horsepower and a little bit of torque also, a little more torque.
We're in the same neighborhood.
Yep, it's pretty much this peak, and then it regulates it out. This is kind of related to the fact that we're on a Dynojet inertia dyno with not as much load, so it's not quite as smooth a transition right at the hit, just because you can see how quickly this turbo spools. It's literally like a straight line up.
Yeah, it's a wild power.
But with a little bit of cool down, we did pick up 481 wheel horsepower and 536 wheel torque. You can kind of see the yellow line, how it did pick up a little bit over the last run. It's pretty much going to even out to about those numbers.
Yep.
Logs look good, no timing drops. I'd say another successful dyno session, and that's in comparison with your 93 maps. We can compare more if you want.
So we're talking a 41, 40-ish.
Depends on what you look at. I used your very first stage 1 93 octane off the shelf tune here as the comparison.
Yep.
But if we're comparing that to these runs, so
you're talking about 40 wheel horsepower and about 36 torque. Yep. Pretty good for just adding in some E30.
Yeah, for adding in a couple gallons of E90 to the 93 and getting that mix. I mean, that was a 40 to 41 wheel horsepower jump, and at least about a 35 wheel torque jump.
So there you guys go. Flash in the E30, mixed in the actual ethanol content to get a proper E30 blend in the car. We gained about 40 wheel horsepower, about 36 torque. It's impressive just for adding that in. If you guys are looking to have your car tuned, or if you're looking to have even an entire turbo kit fabricated by CES, these guys actually make a ton of different parts for cars. You guys make downpipes. Is there anything else that you want to add in about what you guys do?
We're going to have a full bolt-on package for the Supras eventually. When COVID hit, it obviously slowed us down a little bit, but full exhaust system, full charge pipe system, full air intake system, plus our downpipe, and then obviously some of the custom tunes we've been developing with other tuners also to be a full bolt-on FBO package, similar to like the Mark IV Supras that they used to have.
Sure. And then also, obviously, if you need to get in on the dyno, get any tuning done, these are the guys to contact. I'm gonna leave all their information down below. Make sure you check them out. John, thank you again, man. Thank you. All right, not too shabby. 40 wheel horsepower, 36. That's a lot. Like, you have to understand, making up that much power, it's a lot of power. It's not that easy to do that. So super psyched about those results. We're not done with this video yet though. We gotta get in the car and we gotta drive it. One thing I will note is that obviously you guys see that the engine cover is on today, and I know some of you will notice this, that you know the first 2 times that we dynoed, we didn't have this on. It is so cold in the shop today. It really wasn't gonna make a big difference. So I just wanna leave that note in here just so you guys didn't think like, oh, but you had the engine cover on. No, it wouldn't have made a difference. Wow. This car feels crazy. The difference though, wow. So yeah, the car feels absolutely crazy. I mean, 480 horsepower, 536 torque to the wheels. Feels insane in this car. So if you guys are interested in running the Pro Tuning Freaks setup for this car, I'll have all that linked down below. Huge thank you to Brian over at Keys Motorsports for setting me up with that tune. Much appreciated. Those guys are amazing, absolute legends. And of course, huge thank you to John over at CES Motorsport for setting up the dyno session, getting me situated with everything. That guy is just, I'm telling you, a wealth of knowledge when it comes to the B58s and the Supras. He just really knows what he's doing. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Please do subscribe, comment down below, like this video, hit that bell notification. Just like that, this video is over, and we we are out. Peace.